Hello, Facebook fans, YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It is Tuesday afternoon here in the Eastern time zone of the USA, and it is time for Tuesdays with DX Engineering. Today, we have Michael, KI8R, on from our sales and technical staff. Hello, Michael. How are you?
I'm really good, Tim. How about you?
Good, good. Michael, you are always working on exciting things here in amateur radio that are a part of DX Engineering. And, let's talk about side rails for radios today.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got side rails for the 891, for the FT-710. We've got side rails coming for the FTDX-10 and for the 7300 as well soon. So we've got lots coming in the pipeline as well.
And so why are these side rails a thing? I mean, why are they important?
A lot of guys like them because, you take your radio out in the field and it just offers that little extra level of protection. And honestly, they look cool. And so I think a lot of guys like them because of that.
Looking cool is important too when it comes to being in the shack. But let's talk about, do you see my screen by chance?
Well, let's see.
Hopefully.
Okay, here it comes. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay, good. So here are the side rails for the FT891. Mm-hmm. Michael, kind of walk us through these guys.
So, they're very simplistic in the way you put them on. We sell them with thumb screws. We also sell them with the regular screws as well if you want to make them more permanent. Thumb screws are nice because they're easy. It makes it easy just to pop them on and take them back off. But they do come with little rubber bumpers to protect the side of the radio from getting damaged or scratched. But they're really well built. They're really well made. They're very tough. It would be hard to break them.
Right. And so here's what it looks like on a radio. Do you see that, Michael?
Yes.
Yeah. So talk about the protection that's on the side of the radio.
So, it's protecting not only the sides, but it's also protecting the front and the back as well, especially the knobs on the front. And so that's the nice thing about this. And it keeps things from getting bumped. I'm not going to say it's going to protect a radio completely if you drop it, but it certainly will keep it from getting dinged up a little bit.
And, if you're like me, you're throwing these radios. The 891 is a great radio for this. If I'm out doing finding RFI or finding noise, mm-hmm. and you throw it in the passenger seat, this does protect, the back of the radio and the front of the radio, especially those knobs.
Yeah, the knobs and the connectors on the back as well.
So it makes it nice. And in this case, here's the FT891. You get the radio. You want to keep it in nice condition, right? And the side rails help that.
And radios are an investment, and we, you want to take care of them, and this just makes that a little bit easier.
So you've got these nice side rails in here. We've got them for a lot of different radios too. And if I put in the side rails in the search box, we get 14 different side rails. That it also includes some things here with the gator cases, etc. Mm-hmm. What about the gator cases and using these as great go boxes?
Guys love these gator boxes, and they come in different sizes, and they're typically will follow the 19-inch rack mounting arrangement. But they make it really nice just to literally have a shack in a box, and that's the beautiful thing about these things.
So and we've had them in stock for a long time. Mm-hmm. And guys have done some really cool go boxes as a result. But with the side rails, and I think we're adding side rails. I've seen all the concepts in engineering drawings. We're adding side rails all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said before, we have them coming for the 7300 and for this DX10. They're the two in the pipeline that I'm aware of, and I'm sure there's probably more behind that.
Right. And so, Michael, the other thing that I want to talk about that is really exciting is the videos that you put up on YouTube. And if you go to YouTube and you see, what you're doing up there, it's really impressive on the DX Engineering YouTube channel. And let me know when you see the YouTube
Okay.
screen here. And here's today's show, and then of course you did a whole video here on side rails.
Yeah, we did a short video on the side rails for the 710, and so that was kind of cool. Did a lot of other things with that 710 too, and that's the really neat thing about that radio. There's a lot to talk about with that rig. And so I also did one comparing the 710 and the FTDX-10, because we get a lot of questions about what's the difference. And in that video, I made a comment about a lot of our customers are telling me that the 710, they're buying the 710 to take it out and do parks on the air, which really kind of surprised me. So yesterday, since I had the day off, I took the opportunity in the nice weather to take the 710 and my 891 out in the field and put the two next to each other. That 710 just really performed very, very well.
It's really surprising, some of these smaller radios and the performance. Even when you look on the Sherwood report, Michael, the receivers are standing up.
Well, and that's the thing. This is the 710 is number 3 on Sherwood's list, and it really stands on its own. And again, it's a great receiver. The SDR performance in this radio will outperform the SDR performance in radios from even 10 years ago. So that says something.
Yeah, and I guess 12 days ago, it says you posted this video of the 710 and the DX10 as well, and so you get a flavor, so that if you're thinking about making a buying decision, Michael, that's what it really comes down to here. In your video, you point out the differences between the two radios.
Yeah, exactly. And there's some differences. I mean, again, the FTDX-10 is a hybrid SDR. And, basically that means that it has a bandpass filter and an extremely low noise oscillator and a superhead mixer and roofing filters ahead of the SDR section, without getting into the weeds, in the engineering. But where the FT-710 is a regular SDR receiver. They're both very excellent receivers, but having the bandpass filtering can make a difference.
Right, and these are important things when you're making that decision about which radio to buy and to plunk down money for. And it's great also on our website, Michael, the various reviews from customers.
Yeah, we've got lots of reviews there too.
So that's always a good place to go to get some reactions. Michael, what kind of videos do you have that are in the pipeline that you've got coming up?
Tim, I have a list a mile long, literally, of videos I want to do. But the one I'm working on right now is comparing the 710 to the 891 as far as in the context for POTA. And again, I've recorded a lot of that. I shot some B-roll yesterday for that. So I'm really excited to wrap that one up. Next in my line is Res Antenna has a new antenna called, I think it's a Z17. And I'm really jazzed about this antenna and what he's done around basically the just where he's attaching to coax, the little center insulator, where it's not only a 17-foot vertical, but he has it set up so you can make a loop if you want to use a tuner and use it on multiple bands. He's got it set up so you can use it with ham sticks, with make a dipole out of it for various bands, all kinds of stuff going on with this antenna. So it's going to be a really neat antenna to review.
You know, and Res just announced that they are exclusive now with DX Engineering. We're doing all the shipping. If you want to order, we try to make sure that we have not only with Res, but all the products, have them on the shelf. And that way at 9 o'clock at night, if you decide you want to have that particular product, it's on the shelf. It's going to ship by 10 o'clock Eastern time. Michael, I want to go to the chat room just real quick here. X-Ray Echo 2 Zulu is on with us today. And Richard, Whiskey Bravo 9, Mike Lima, he says he loves his 710. Brian, W7JET, it was great to see you guys at Visalia. Thanks for all the contributions. And Brian, it was great to catch up with you as well. Our friend Mike Mowry, KE3JP, is on from Greenville, Pennsylvania. Jacob is on. Also, Paul, one of the chairmen at the International DX Convention in Visalia, N6PSE. Great job, Paul. It was a tremendous convention. And thank you so much for all your hard work. Our good friend Dan, WA4 Mike Oscar Mike, is on. Hello and good afternoon, Tim and Michael. They would help prevent dropping the radio, just moving it around the shack with those side rails. So, you know, that's another great point about having the side rails. And Jacob is on. Kilo Juliet 5, India Zulu Sierra. That's a new call, Michael. That's Kilo Juliet 5. That is definitely a new call. And Jacob, welcome to the hobby. We hope you're having a good time. And of course, if you have questions, DX Engineering is a great place to come, because if it's on email, if it's on text, you want to call us, you know, and the website has just got so much information. Michael, how about the DX Engineering products that we have? And all the manuals are there. They're all there.
All the manuals are, well, you know, we have a lot of manuals on our website, and my gosh, every time I turn around, Tim, there's always something else. There's always something that we're adding. It's just, I don't know how they keep up, and I'm not sure they can keep up with the amount of stuff we're adding all the time.
Well, you know, I just, speaking of which, I just got a requisition for another employee to keep adding more stuff to the website. Because you're right, it is hard to keep up. And Jacob says he's had his license about 6 months.
That's awesome.
You know, Michael, do you remember what it was like ham radio at 6 months in your ham radio life?
Well, that would have been 45 years ago, Tim. So yeah, you know, I was a 16-year-old kid who thought he knew way more than he did. But you know, my gosh, things have changed so much.
Yeah, and you look 45 years later, and you're still a part of the best hobby in the world. And certainly my trip this past week out to California and seeing a lot of W6, W7 hams, as well as, geez, there was DX guys there from Hawaii and Switzerland and Germany, and we just had a good time. And that's really what this hobby is all about, is having a good time and exchanging ideas too. And that's what your videos do. They really focus on what you've learned and some questions, especially when you're going out and doing the parks on the air activities, Mike.
Yeah. I've learned a lot. It's amazing. I get paid to learn. This is the best part. And so, you know, you can't put a price on that, but it's just really cool. I love my job. I love what I do. And you know, I there's not enough hours in the week to do everything I want to do, but I mean, you know, I'm glad I get to do what I do.
Well, and we love having you on the staff here. and sharing your excitement for the hobby, and certainly all the people that you get to help on the phones and via email. And I'm so thankful for that. And I know N3RA and and Mike G, they're all just very enthused. And of course, one of the other great things about the team here at DX Engineering, I want to say
I
K3LR.
heard that.
I'm here back in the shack again, but we got two teams that work good together. The DX Engineering team, we all feed off each other and share ideas. And also, when there's questions that come in, or maybe you don't know the answer, we have somebody on staff that can help a customer figure things out. So, again, thanks very much, Michael, for all you do, not only here on these shows, but also helping our customers one-on-one, and then sharing your ideas on videos. Just go to the YouTube DX Engineering channel, look for KI8R, and you're going to learn more about this hobby. Michael, thanks so much for coming on today.
No problem, Tim.
All right, and thanks to all of you for watching. We hope you have had a good time, and we look forward to seeing you on the next DX Engineering video. Until then, get on the air and have some fun. 73 from DX Engineering.
73.